even Alexander Hamilton said that speculators were total vermin, which in 1776 terms is pretty damn harsh. I mean, it's absurd. And when I see these congressmen and they're like, oh, those occupiers, they're smelly. I'm like, dude, what are you, a child? Like, why do working class people smell bad to you? Dirty politicians and corrupt businessmen smell bad to me, you know? Hey guys, how you doing? Where's everybody from, man?
I'm from New York City.
Oh yeah, I thought I recognized you. I'm sorry. I'm like,
for the Alec Baldwin interview.
yeah, I'm spacing out a little bit.
It's like sensory overload being here and meeting all these people that we all know virtually and everything. It's just amazing.
No, I'm telling you, that's why I require self-medication. It's the only way to deal with the oligarchy the way it is right now. C'est la vie. Well, they used to say oilgarchy, but then they decided the spelling just gave away the truth. You know what I mean? I love it. I went to go visit God, what's his name? Lamar Smith, the guy who wrote the SOPA bill. And his staff is just lovely. Oh, we're very concerned. We're glad that you're interested. That's not what I'm looking to hear. It's like if there's a fly in my soup and I go to the waiter and he's like, I'm very interested with your concerns. No. And when you talk to these guys about like, well, what about regulation? They're like, oh, well, regulations are bad. I'm like, well, what do you call SOPA then? Checkmate. Yeah, you didn't really think that one through, did you, guy? If it's corporate welfare, if it's something a special interest wants, it gets done that day.
If it's regulations that are supporting their politics, then it's different. Then it's okay. Then it's not regulation. But if it's regulation like abortion issues, oh, that's not.
Oh yeah. See, if you're regulating banks, that's bad. But if you're regulating someone's like alternative sex life, well, that's just family values. I can figure out why they talk about family values, because they think their family's worth more than yours.
And are worth more than yours as well.
What's that?
Are worth more than yours as well.
Absolutely. I just laugh when they're like, we can't regulate banks, but you're walking around with a loaded uterus, miss. Have you checked that thing out in the local, I mean, is that registered or anything like that? It's ridiculous. The guys who are like, we have total freedom, unless I don't like your protest sign, you're making a mess. Really? I mean, when they talked about John McCain being like the get off my lawn candidate, that's what this whole thing is. It's like we're kicking democracy off the lawn because it made a mess. It's insane.
Democracy is a messy project.
To me, democracy is a full contact sport, man. And the thing for me is this should be about, in my opinion, changing laws. We obviously want to bring back Glass-Steagall. We obviously want a sane tax rate on the wealthiest 1%. The fact that Mitt Romney pays 15% and you pay 30% is fucking bullshit. Can I say that on camera?
Yeah. As much as I hate Herman Cain,
Because it's fucking bullshit.
as much as I hate Herman Cain, but having a flat tax rate for everybody.
Asking whatever woman he saw for a sandwich, he couldn't tell his employees from his girlfriends. I mean, dude, even their black guys are bigoted. Seriously? Wow, that's rough.
But how would it equal the playing field if we had that flat tax that was exactly the same for everybody, whether it be a corporation, whether it be people?
I would say I'm okay with flattening the tax code when they flatten the income inequality. That sounds fair. Actually, I don't even like that idea. You know what? Because it's not going to happen. If you went and said, hey, redistribute the wealth, they're like, holy shit, socialism is coming. But, oh, redistribute the tax burden, well, that's just common sense.
But I didn't get into investment
Extremists
banking.
aren't allowed to have exceptions. You're either batshit crazy with no exceptions, or you have exceptions and you understand that there are differences between things. See, my thing is, I don't know who's worse, Democrats who break their promises or Republicans who keep theirs.
They're the same. There's one party. The Republicrats and the Democrats.
You know, the thing that drives me nuts is, as a progressive, I don't like the idea that both sides are equal, because they're not. One side actually tries to, like, fix healthcare. The other one calls it a death penalty. One side openly promotes torturing people. But it's like an abusive relationship. Like, the Republicans are the abusive father, and the Democrats are like the wife that apologizes. Like, no, he just gets like that sometimes. Like, I don't have a relationship where I walk away with black eyes. And it's, oh, she does that to me sometimes. No. But when it comes down to it, it's only class war when we fight back. That's what it is. So my idea is the next time we come to DC, we should all wear top hats and business suits and big
Monocles.
laundry bags with a dollar sign on it.
So I've one more thing I want to get your opinion on.
Yeah.
We call ourselves the 99%. I think that we cannot call ourselves officially the 99% until we embrace both sides. So that means bringing the Tea Party grassroots movement along with us.
And you know,
I've been pushing it for months, and a lot of people come to not blows, but verbal blows with me about it. they're just like, no, they'll never. No, I think we have to start with a foundation of views that we all share and build up from there, because a lot of them would be on their side if they understood us and if we understood their side. I think we both have a lot of the same grievances.
And if anything, it's hard for me because I've said some nasty things about the Tea Party. They've said some nasty things about me. When it comes down to it, if you're a patriot and you love this country and you love your countrymen, you should be all together on it.
We all know that shit's fucked up.
To see their neighbors suffer so Bank of America could do better. No one wants that. Now, when it comes to how the government should be able to regulate commerce, they're going to disagree. But just boil it down to this: do you want your vote to count or not? And a lot of these Tea Party guys, they're not happy with Congress now either, even though they won a lot of elections. They understand.
No, King George had a higher approval rate than Congress, and that was King George during the Revolution had a higher approval rate than Congress.
Well, it's obvious that they're out of touch and they're not doing their job. I mean, they friggin' renamed pizza a vegetable for God's
I think didn't they estimate he's got a 1%? Congress has a 1% approval rate, and we know which 1% is approving of them.
Even little kids are like, "Wow, these guys are really crazy, aren't they?"
That was my 4-year-old son.
Yeah, congratulations, dude.
I gotta get a shot at this sign. Hold on.
That's not going to work in that party. No.
Sorry.
To me, call it vegetable, call it pizza. They want us to eat shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to.
Because food affects the brain, and the more junk food they give us, the more junk brains they produce.
Because the oligarchy has more power when everybody else is a second-class citizen. And when it comes down to it, man, whatever way they try to divide us, whether you're a corny-ass white guy like me, or someone who looks different, or if you're heterosexual or homosexual or whatever it is, man, they want divide and conquer. They want us at each other's throats. Because they understand that if we all demanded justice from the corrupt financial institution that's robbing people of their homes, things would be very, very different overnight. And that's what frustrates me with the media, because I'll go on a show and you can tell by the question they're asking, they want you like, bad mouth bots, bad mouth Republicans. That's not the point. It's not the point. It comes down to there's an oligarchy and everybody else is a second-class citizen until we fight for equality. And I joke when I say I want social justice, I want economic justice, and they're like, ooh, that sounds like socialism. No, that sounds like Martin Luther King Jr., actually. You guys used to call him a socialist in the 60s, not you, the other people I'm talking about. So here's the thing, if you're of a political mindset that was okay with turning water hoses on Martin Luther King Jr., no wonder you're against it, you know? And to be honest, if he went to jail in Birmingham, then we should be more than proud to go to jail for what we believe in, as long as it's nonviolent, you know? Be a disobedient peasant. That just drives them crazy. More disobedient peasants, right? What's that?
Getting out of the way or whatever.
This comes from somebody that's supposed to, and they're Jews, but they're not Zionists. And they're saying they're going to kill one of our leaders.
What's your Ustream again? It's
Occupy
Occupy Abby.
That's why they got that
ABBI. So she's Occupy Abby on Ustream. ABBI.
I'm with Occupy Santa Cruz.
Occupy Santa Cruz. That's right. We met last night. Yeah. Punk Point SF, Chatal.
when Martin Luther King got killed, people tore up the place. That's going to cause them to declare martial law. And at the end of martial law, it's going to be the beginning of the New World Order. That's what the plan is. And so what I'm saying right now is that what people have to do is understand that who's responsible for the economics of the foreign and domestic policies of this country. Who's controlling this? The same people that's controlling the foreign and domestic policies of this country is the same people that have been controlling our Federal Reserve since December 23rd, 1913. It's the same people that's
How many Tea Party protesters opposing me today? None that I know of. I don't think I've seen any of them here. Although you might not be able to tell, they might be part of us today.
People tell me like there's a new world order. I'm like, no, there's an old world order. They don't want us to evolve into something better and new. They want to stick with what's old. So I say that they're trying to repeal the 20th century because that's exactly
You're welcome, Arthur.
These guys not going.
well,
They're from Occupy DC. You know where the McPherson is? Okay.
Hey, William.
Talk to somebody?
Yeah, sure. What? Huh?
Did you get anybody? Did you go talk to
I didn't go inside. No.
Oh, okay.
I've been outside.
I got it. Thank you.
So, back up. I'm a bit drained. Let's go for some food. Sorry? Excuse me. Sorry? Oh, yeah, it's garbage. Is that garbage?
I don't know.
That still got the back on it? Yeah.
They like to throw the women around, throw them in the air.
All right. I'm going to switch back to the Verizon hotspot after rebooting it.
I'm talking to them.
Okay.
We lost a lot. Had a lot of problems in there.
I did out here.
Tim had to switch
Mine
over to
dropped
the
over.
clear.
Mine dropped off while I was standing out here.
Yeah.
So maybe it's some sort of something to turn off the video. I don't know. One of my folks out here, Resist Now, told me some of the laws that there's a single. You only have to have one person knowing about an audio recording in DC.
Better in the bush, then let's admit the fact that the other guys are like 30% worse. That's still a 35-point swing. I mean,
but presidents don't run the country. Corporations.
Exactly, and that's my thing. My thing is campaign finance reform. I think that's the keystone. If you get the bribery out of politics, things get better. The thing is, how do we get that to pass if we don't vote? We need to have a congressional representation that's going to pass those reforms when we demand
That's
them.
why one of the things should be that we should be demanding that everybody register to vote.
No, we shouldn't. My big thing I want to do next is a huge voter drive. And I'm going to flat out tell people, like, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but please, for the love of God, vote for something.
We wouldn't need a voter drive if we had a law passed. If we had
You
a
know
law
what the thing is,
passed,
though? There is a freedom in not being involved in the system if you object to it, and I can't take that away from someone. So I'm not really for mandatory anything. That's just me. My big beef with the healthcare reform is the mandate. That's just my beef with it, which I think a lot of people agree with. That means that I get to make all their decisions for them. I like that system. I like that. If you guys want to put me in charge of everyone, I'm like anybody else. I'm not going to do it. Don't get me wrong. But the guy who says that he's not going to vote, he's giving power to the person who does get involved. And I hate to say it, when you look at the voter registration rolls, the same crazy right-wingers show up every time. It's our side that gets discouraged because we live in a logic-based world, right? And it makes sense that when we vote for these guys in 2008 and they make big promises and then they don't quite deliver, that we get upset, right? But what happened from 2008 to 2010, right? We had a Congress that was trying to reform Wall Street, that was trying to reform healthcare. They had their own saboteurs in the Democratic Party like Ben Nelson and Joe Lieberman and so on. But at least they're like going in that direction. Yeah. When the other guys take charge, they're like, we want jobs. They get elected and they're like, let's end abortion. I'm like, wait a minute. You did a little bait and switch on this one, right? So let's accept the fact that the Senate is owned by the banks. The second in command of the Senate, Dick Durbin said so, Bernie Sanders said so. It's true. Now you have John Boehner in the House, and this is the most hated Congress ever. Yeah, man. The only way we fix that is if we vote. The only way to offset the corporate money being poured into super PACs is if we vote. And I think that when trade organizations like ALEC flat out say they want less people to vote, that makes me want more people to vote. So to me, I think that's part of our patriotic duty. And I'm telling you now, man, if you got 20% more people voting, it would make such a big difference, especially on the local level. You guys really want to have some power? Let's get it.
All right. So the march is now pushing into the street. Fortunately, there's a walk signal. See a cop with a smile on his face. So the whole march has just engulfed the street outside of the Rayburn building. I'm back up on Verizon. My video was choppy and my sound. All right. So the occupiers outside of the Rayburn building, they're meeting with members of Congress, have taken over the street. I think some DCPD motorcycle police, U.S. Capitol Police. People running. The people in the front waving their arms saying, slow it down.
Cigarette on yet? No? Do you have any cigarettes on you?
Good luck. Patriots, man.
You didn't see your congressional person?
As if she would be there.
Right. Ours was not there.
Oh, you went to see Barbara?
Yeah.
I went to see Pelosi. Well, of course, but neither of them were there. I like Bieber and I like Pelosi. I'm kind of happy she wasn't. I didn't write a pipe before. All right, see you guys down there. Looks like we're marching. Are they off the lawn then? Grab his hat for me. I'm sure you can get one. Yeah, I'll bet. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is 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 what democracy looks like.
What's up, man? Right on, man. Appreciate it, man. Right on. I got you on camera too. Where is this march going?
Fine law-abiding officers has just run my foot over with the sidecar.
I see there's a healthy debate going on in my Twitter stream right now. What's up, man? How you doing? Right on, man. I see there's a healthy debate going on in my Twitter right now between a couple of trolls and a couple of others.
Somebody just got run over by a sidecar.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Apparently a healthy debate going on, so let me go in here. And there's a lot of stuff going on about me and Occupy Oakland, because of course that is my home Occupy. And so I'll just go ahead and take this time right now. Just take this time to right now address it. During a rally 2 weeks ago, the first FTP Fuck the Police rally in Occupy Oakland, there were a couple of individuals, I don't know if they were provocateurs or wayward individuals is all I'll say, that were throwing things from the back of the crowd. The FTP march this past weekend, it is my information, I wasn't there, it was completely and totally peaceful, this didn't happen. Nevertheless, at the first FTP march, a couple of people took it upon themselves to throw things from the back of the crowd. One of the things, a fucking rock, went right by my head. There were bottles and rocks landing closer to protesters and injuring protesters than they were OPD. I have always spoken out against violence. I believe it's wrong. I ask that people don't abide by it. But at the same time, I understand that certain people feel the need for a diversity of tactics that includes property destruction or throwing things at the police officers. I personally do not agree with that or abide by it. But if you want to throw things, I insist that you step out from behind peaceful protesters, people that believe in nonviolence, and not use us as your shield. That march was using the tactic of black bloc, which means everybody was dressed in black, so that you could step out of the crowd, do what you had to do, and then disappear back to the crowd. I'm talking about this nonsense in my Twitter feed about people talking to me like I'm never mind. But anyways.
Did you hear the Red Dot came out of Oakland Pack yesterday?
Yeah, I did. So there's been a couple of people on Twitter that have basically been saying that I'm like not showing solidarity with Occupy Oakland or whatnot and talking all this crap about me. Well, let me tell them, first of all, I will never be in solidarity with you if you choose to be a coward and throw something from the back of the crowd. I will never be in solidarity with anybody like that. Now, if you choose to step outside and do what you have to do and not endanger fellow protesters, then I will not say anything against you, though I will disagree with you publicly. I will disagree with you publicly, but I won't call you out personally. But if I see you throwing something from the back of the crowd that endangers recklessly and negligently fellow protesters because rocks are coming by my fucking head, OPD violence is enough to have to worry about. I shouldn't have to have eyes in the back of my head because some asshole is throwing something from the back of the crowd. Period. OPD is enough to have to worry about. I don't need to have eyes in the back of my head so that because some jerk decides that he wants to throw something, and then when police do attack, we at the front get the brunt end of it while they're running down an alley like a freaking coward. So again, I'm anti-violence. I'm anti-property destruction. I'm non-violent as all hell. But if you want to engage in those tactics, I won't call you out. I won't put you on blast. I will show solidarity with you while the march is going on. I will speak out against it. If anybody asks me, I will speak out against anything that is not what I feel is nonviolence. But the only thing that I have ever said anything about, spoken out against anybody for, was throwing something from the back of the crowd. There were also news media van tires slashed. There were a couple of cruisers' windows broken. The windows to a Starbucks were broken. I didn't say anything about that. I disagree with it, but I didn't say anything about that at the time. The only thing I spoke out against was people throwing stuff willy-nilly, negligently and recklessly from the back of the freaking crowd. So again, if you feel the need to do that, I disagree with your ass.
Exactly. I already know what you're talking about.
I disagree with your ass.
Right.
And if I see you do it, I'm going to call your ass out on it. And I don't care. If you have a problem with me saying that, you can come see me in person. I'm the easiest person to find in the world. You all know where I'm at. Find my Ustream, look at my feed. But if you throw stuff from the back, then I'm going to call your ass out on it because you're a fucking coward. If you want to throw something, come up to the front. Be a real revolutionary if you want to play revolutionary, be a real revolutionary and step out front and do it. Don't throw stuff you
We say fight back! They say get back! We say fight back! They say get back! We say fight back! They say get back! We say fight back! They say get back!
Hey, Cosmos. I love you, brother. Roanoke. Good to see you. San Francisco.
All right. You came a little further than we.
We've all come a long way. We are on Independence. As in independence from corporate money and corporate greed and Wall Street power and all. You're about to lose your peanut butter. I'm not sure. I just sort of ran into the march, so. Solidarity from Maui.
That's right. When Big Brother starts coming into them kitchens, y'all gonna wake up too.
What is that, Smithsonian? Smithsonian there? I think that's their symbol on the top. So I think that's the Smithsonian right there. Department of Transportation is this big building to my left here. Anonymous streets! So people in the Department of Transportation building, the federal workers are waving at us. Department of Transportation. They're all waving at us. Well, at least a few of them, not all of them. Seen a couple waving, a couple just staring at us. You guys scooch past you?
So are you!
Excuse me. There's Sergeant Thor up ahead. Oh, sorry.
The 99%. We are 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 the 99%. Take the federal building.
Guys, stop running into each other like this. Say what? Guys, stop running into each other like this.
Separate! This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Somebody says there's a hot girl in Auckland, New Zealand who wants to be the mother of your babies.
What? Hey, tell them to be out, man! Email me!
Sergeant SGT Shamar Thomas on Twitter.
Yes, tell her to email me! This is what democracy looks like.
That's the Department of Transportation building behind us here.
This is what democracy looks like. 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 Show me what democracy looks like. Democracy looks like. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united.
Oh God, it's hot up here.
Very hot.
I didn't get in front of it, so I couldn't tell you. So yes, that's the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum right there.